You can see it's 4 layers for impact resistance. Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of Odyssey Life. I'm Bernie. This is the Odyssey Life Workshop, and today we are doing double backflips that you decided to stop by because it's a FL250 GT250 Honda Odyssey giveaway machine video. That's right guys, we're super excited to be back on the GT250 because we want this machine done and out of the Odyssey Life garage and in the hands of one lucky winner, a happy winner. I don't know what to say guys. I just can't wait to pick a winner. I don't even know what all we're going to get into. I know we've got a front end to build out. We've got parking brake to install. Got all kinds of stuff we can do. But I know for a fact that we're going to have forward progress today on the GT250. So we're super excited. Thanks for stopping by the Odyssey Life garage. I'm getting tired of hearing myself talk. So let's get to work. Alright folks, it took us a minute to get everything ready, but we're finally ready. We got the tools and the parts that we're going to start out with all laid out on the table. As you can see, we got the steering wheel, tie rod, steering shaft, parking brake, and a bunch of other stuff with the new stainless steel hardware. We're super excited. All these parts have already been gone over. They're all ready to be slapped back on the GT250. But before we get started, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the Honda sticker on the front of our foot tub that Dennis Shaw sent us over a month and a half ago. We're going to get a piece of sandpaper and some rubbing alcohol. We're going to prep the surface and get this decal put on. It's just supposed to be a stick and peel. We're going to see. He's curious to see how these, how this Honda script works. If it doesn't work, we'll peel it off and we'll paint it. It's no big deal, guys. We're just giving them a try. So, all right, guys, let's get to reassembling the GT250, or let's get back to reassembling the GT250, and let's start by putting our Honda script on. All right, guys, let's get to work. All right, folks, here we are. I got a piece of like 1200 grit sandpaper. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sand just the Honda script here. And then we're going to gently clean it with some rubbing alcohol, and then we're going to apply our Honda script. So let's go ahead, let's sand down these Honda letters very gently, and let's get our decal applied. Okay, guys. Let's wipe it with some rubbing alcohol and let's see if these stickers are gonna stick. Okay, let's see how these work. Guess we need to be as precise as possible. We only get one chance. Well, everything lined up. It lined up good. Let's hope the letters stick. Let's use a little paper towel. Let's go ahead and rub these decals in. Okay, moment of truth. Are the stickers, are the letters gonna stick? That's the question. Maybe we need to apply heat. I don't have a heat gun. I don't know. Let's rub them with our finger to apply heat. It doesn't look like the stickers want to come off. Little bit of heat never hurt anything. And I think this little bit of body heat from my finger just might do the trick. That looks fantastic, guys. That looks really good. All right. Guys, I don't know about you, but that Honda script pops. With that color, with that new color of that foot tub, that pure white Honda script just pops. I am super excited about that. Thank you to Dennis Shaw for sending that over. It looks really good and it worked fine. Thank you, Dennis. Amazing. All right, guys, now that we got that done, we can go ahead. Our foot tub is not bolted down. It's not fully installed. We're going to go ahead. We're going to lift that foot tub off. We're going to sit that to the side. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start building out this steering system. Steering shaft, tie rod, steering wheel. And then we're going to get our parking brake installed. We've got all the hardware for that. And if you saw the video where we installed the rear axle and rear brake, it's already got brand new pads and hardware, guys. Super excited about that. So let's go ahead and let's get building out the front end on the GT250. All right, guys, let's get cracking. We have our steering shaft, which they said needs to be installed from the bottom. So as you can see, I moved the jack stands back, got us up higher, so we should be able to install our steering shaft. We do want to apply lots of grease, so I'm going to go ahead. I brought the paper towels. You guys know my motto. Once you get a little grease on something, you get a little grease on everything. But we're going to get a lot of grease on this here steering shaft and get her pushed up in. And then we can go ahead and put our tie rods on. It's pretty interesting the way they go on because they're labeled. So, all right, guys, let's get our steering shaft grease so we can get her slid up in. Let's do this. All right, now that we got our steering shaft all lubed up, let's get her in there. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's wipe this off real quick. There's actually another bushing down inside here, and then there's this bushing that goes on top. Push our steering shaft. And then we can take this deep well socket, sit it over top. Now, there's a washer that we put in, and then the steering wheel, and then another washer, a lock washer, and a bolt. Let's not put the steering wheel on yet. Let's go ahead and let's get our tie rods on. So yeah, just in case we have to move the steering shaft up and down, we can do it without the steering wheel being on. All right, guys, let me get you set up and we'll get the tie rods put on. Here we are to put our tie rods in. Now, I went ahead off camera and I just wanted to see which one they considered left. If it was sitting in the machine, was that left, or was it standing in front of the machine and that left? Well, from what I could tell, these tie rods, if they're already set from the factory, only go on the angle of them because of the angle of this piece right here. The angle, if you go ahead and install the wrong one, you'll get the wrong angle and it won't fit correctly. So we just went ahead and we wanted to look to see how the rest of these were lined up. And yeah, so the L would be if you notice the L, I don't know if you can see that there. There's an L here. Guys, it's Bernie from the future again. I've been called back because the Bernie of the past still doesn't know what he's talking about. This steering shaft and these tie rods need to be pointed back in the other direction. We don't know why Bernie from the past likes to do things backwards. Apparently, he can't read the manual. Folks, I've got to go. Bernie from the past will fix his mistakes. Maybe one day he'll get it right the first time. Folks, I'm leaving. Bernie out. All right, folks, you're up there, I'm down here, but we're going to go ahead, we're going to install our parking brake, and obviously our cable and cable clamp. That attaches right here on the side of the frame. We have our brand new parking brake cover from Odyssey TV. And yeah, we have all the associated hardware down here. So we have two 12mm bolts with lock washers, as well as a 10mm bolt for our cable clamp that goes up under here. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's get this installed. Parking brakes installed. It does work off the springiness of the back brake, so we'll have to go ahead. We'll put our parking brake lever on, as well as the little 8mm bolt that goes through that holds it in. All right, guys, I'll get you set up and I'll get you down here and you'll be able to see that. All right, guys. Let me show you what we got going on here. It's always something. So I've been looking at seeing whether we should put this bracket on with the groove facing backwards or the groove facing forward. And you would think that you would go forward because you're sliding it on in that direction, but it would stay there and it would never slide in and lock. It would always be sitting in the install position, and then, you know, eventually it's gonna wobble out. So it just makes complete sense to me. Whoa! It makes complete sense to me to point this backwards and put it on like so, and then spin it around so it's locked in place. Then we can go ahead. We can put this on like so, and then we can slide our bolt on. All right, folks, we're going to switch gears for a second. We're here at the bench. We have our GT250 seat pan, guys. We're super excited because we also have the brand new seat cover. And we're going to upgrade. We're going to upgrade the bottom of our seat pan by eliminating the springs and replacing it with this impact resistant shipping foam. There we go, guys. I've been doing a lot of research and trying to find something to put on the bottom of this pan that is resistant to the elements and resistant to constant bouncing and impact and not lose its bounciness. And the one thing I found was this shipping foam that's made out of recycled plastic bags, like grocery bags and stuff, and garbage bags, but it's super firm until you sit on it. But with it being shipping foam, it's impact resistant. It's meant to resist impacts, and that's why we're using it. I got 2 pieces. Unfortunately, they didn't make one full piece this width, but they had 2 pieces that are the exact width of the inside of our pan. The only thing we have to do is, shape the outside edges to fit the curves and the contours so we can put this in the bottom, which this should fill up the whole bottom of the pan except for this much. And that's where we're going to stick our stock FL250 seat foam right on top. So we have that contour that the seat had when it was stock. And then, yeah, we'll stretch that seat cover over there, and we're going to have a super comfy GT250 seat for the winter to enjoy, and hopefully save his or her kidneys from a bumpy ride. I thought this impact resistant shipping foam was a great idea. I'm always looking for ways to make things better, and this is a way we're going to make our GT250 seat super comfy, guys. So all right, let me get the angle grinder. We got a fresh grinding disc. We'll get our tape measure. We'll start measuring out everything we need to know so we can get this get this show on the road. All right, guys, let's get busy. Guys, we're all set up. I got the tape measure. I got the 3M mask for when we start grinding, and I took our wire brush off. We can sit that right there. So our pan is, say, 15 inches wide, and we want to make those 16 inches because they'll end right at the hump, and then there'll be a little slight incline. So these should be about 7.5 inches wide, which is exactly half of our pan, and 19 and 3/8. So we want to take 3 3/8 inches off of these foam pads. So let's go ahead and let's scratch some marks into these. All right, as you can see, we have a mark. I'm going to go ahead. In fact, let's see if our scissors can cut it. All right, guys, that's one. Don't worry about this little irregularity. We have to grind an angle into it, so we're going to remove all that. It's no problem. So let's go ahead. Let's repeat the process. Mark and cut this one at 16, and we'll get them both ready to be ground. Let's do it. That was a lot easier. All right, guys, we got them cut at 16 inches. Let's go ahead, let's get our mask on, and we'll grind this down. guys. I don't know if you can see that or not, but we've got our seat foam shaved. We've left a little room for the side of where our springs would have mounted. All right, now that we've got that one in there, let me bring you over. You can see how it looks. All right, folks, what'd you think of that? We are starting upholstery, but unfortunately we have to end here. There's an upholstery strip that goes around the bottom of the seat that this didn't come with. In fact, I went back, I watched the video of us taking the cover off the seat, and you can clearly see there was no upholstery strip. Joe said it is the easiest way to put the seat cover on to get the professional look we want. So in next week's video, we will be finishing the upholstery on this seat and doing the seat back, as well as permanently installing our foot tub, getting our seat installed. Guys, we're getting this built out, and it's super exciting. And we have our proud sponsor, Joe from ODTV, is the premier place for FL250 and 350 parts. So head on over to ODTV and get something to keep your machine running. Don't forget about the Odyssey Life Facebook page. It is the fastest growing Honda Odyssey ATV Facebook page on Facebook. Head on over there. Be there, be square, guys. All right, we're super excited to be in the garage. Super excited for another week down. You know, and as I always say, guys, if you're riding, stay safe, wear a helmet, and don't forget, it ain't work if you're having fun, guys. And it definitely ain't work when you can put your Honda Odyssey FL250 giveaway machine together, you know, and other than, you know, doing things backwards, have a positive result and have fun doing it. Well, all right, folks, I guess I'll see you next week, unless the world ends, and then maybe I'll see you the week after that. All right, guys, see you next week. Oh, man, I'm not getting any smarter, am I?